It all happened right in front of everyone. There was laughter, sparkling wine beautiful, clothes, and my wife's voice sliced through it like broken glass. $100 for a burger? She joked, her hand resting on my arm, her eyes checking the people around us. He can have you, she meant. The whole party laughed. I smiled too. It was the kind of smile you wear when you've been married long enough to know which jokes are for the guests and which ones are really meant for you. Then the new neighbor, the young man with the cocky attitude, reached into his pocket, took out a stack of money, and threw $1,000 onto the table. It's a deal, he said. The laughter stopped right away. Her smile disappeared too. I remember the look she gave him. It was a mix of surprise and excitement. And the way he looked at her, full of the quiet confidence of a man who doesn't just pretend. That's where everything started. We had been married for 14 years. I used to think that time meant something. We met in a bookstore. I know it's a cliche, but she had that quiet, hopeful look women get when they still believe life will give them more than it takes. I was busy building my company back then, full of big dreams and working long hours. She said I looked like a man who would either become a huge success or fail completely. She was right about both. We built a house with white curtains, dinner served on time, weekend trips. That soon became normal routine. It was just an ordinary life, which means it was very fragile. Then he arrived, Jake, 27, the new neighbor. He lived alone, drove an old fancy car he clearly couldn't pay for, and smiled like he knew secrets. My wife Amelia started running again. The same road at the same time. I didn't say anything. I just noticed when she took her showers how her phone was face down more often. Small things. That is how cheating starts. The night I knew for sure was a Thursday. She left her phone on the kitchen counter. Music was still playing. A text message popped up. Tomorrow, same time, I'll bring the meal. I didn't read the message. I didn't need to. That was the moment my love ended. Quietly, quickly. No yelling, no pain, just a cold understanding. I was sleeping next to a woman who had already sold me, and the price was exactly $1,000. And a bit of fun. I didn't talk to her about it, not yet. You don't spoil a game before it's over. You let it finish. So I made a plan. I spent weeks pretending. Kisses, dinners, laughter. I let her think she was winning. In the background, I changed everything. I moved all the money from our joint accounts to a private account in my sister's name in Portland, Oregon. I sold company stock, quietly changed the locks to my office. Then I called Jake and asked him out for lunch. He showed up feeling very important, sunglasses on, acting very proud. I thanked him for taking care of my wife's lonely afternoons. He stopped moving for a second, a brief sign of guilt, then he went back to denying everything. I didn't push it. I just smiled and told him about a chance to invest in a property deal. It was very profitable and needed to happen right away. He took the bait immediately. By the next month, he had put in $50,000, his entire savings, apparently. The paperwork was perfect, but it was under my company's name, not his. He would lose all of it. I made sure that would happen. For her, I let time do the work. Late nights, missed calls, and emotional space that she couldn't name but felt growing in her heart. When she finally got upset and asked what was wrong, I just said, nothing. Maybe we both got what we wanted. The party was the last scene. Same house, same people, same round of laughter that once hid the problems. Jake was there too. She had invited him, not me. He didn't know the divorce papers were already filed. She didn't know her name was about to disappear from it. Everything she thought was ours. When the official speech started, I held up my glass and said, to good deals, some that make more money than others. She smiled faintly, not understanding what I meant. Jake looked at me, and for the first time I saw fear instead of pride. I handed him an envelope, his investment statement. He opened it. It was blank, no company logo, no signature, just one sentence written in pen. $1,000 and a burger. A fair trade. Her hand shook as she read over his shoulder. She understood, but it was too late. I stood up, straightened my tie, and added quietly, you two are a perfect match. Broken cheap, then I left the room. The divorce was final a month later. She didn't fight much. I made sure she kept the house. The empty rooms were right for her. Jake disappeared. I heard he moved away after losing his car. Sometimes people ask if I feel bad about it, if I ever miss her. No, what I miss is the person I was who believed loyalty meant safety. Now I know better. Love without respect is worthless. And betrayal without a price is a mistake. I didn't destroy her. I just held up the mirror she had been trying to avoid. It was cleaned with silence and paid for with her own joke. It's funny about jokes. They are always the most painful. When they are not funny anymore.